What's up, guys? Alan Taylor, your favorite Sherman Oaks realtor. I'm going to give you a market update. It's February 14th, 2025. I'm going to give you a market update of the Sherman Oaks area of Los Angeles. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to first go into a overview of what's going on in the market, and then once I get through that, I'm going to break it down into price ranges. So I realize perhaps those of you who are looking for information about the market may have a home in a certain price range. So I'm going to break it down into those price ranges: 1 to 1.5, 1.5 to 2, 2 to 2.5, 2.5 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 up. So if you're looking to skip towards your particular range and you want to dive in, you're welcome to do that. Thanks so much for checking it out. So here we are, February 14th of 2025. We're coming out of the fires, and I'm happy to say that we're starting to see some transaction volume and houses go into contract. At first, we were wondering how people would react to the fires. In the beginning of 2025, we had slightly elevated interest rates. With our new administration, there were inflationary fears with some of the tariffs, and job reports kept coming back better. At the last Fed meeting, Chairman Powell, his comments weren't exactly positive about how inflation is looking in the future. So all things considered, interest rates went up almost a full point over the last 3 to 4 months. After coming down closer to 6, they were almost 7. So here we are in the beginning of 2025. We got elevated rates. We had fires. So what's really happening, guys? Are people buying houses? Are they waiting? Are they not sure? I'm happy to report that we are actually seeing transaction volume happen. I've been following the market and tracking it, and there's quite a bit of sales. I'm going to break this down for you in each of the price range so that you have an idea as to what things are moving and what's not. And as far from an insurability standpoint, I can tell you California Fair Plan is writing. They never, as far as I remember, never went into a moratorium. I just closed escrow on something in Sherman Oaks in the Hills, just under $2 million. We went under contract within 2 or 3 days of the fires. Buyer moved forward, buyer purchased, buyer got California Fair Plan. You know, your higher price range houses that are closer to the brush, your larger houses that are 5,000-6,000 square feet, that where the rebuild cost could be anywhere from 600 to 800 square feet. That's going to be a $4 million rebuild. That's Fair Plan's not going to work for that property. Those types of buyers are going to have to go towards the non-admitted markets and obviously face higher insurance costs. We'll see what's going to wind up happening. Commissioner Lara was able to get some legislation passed at the beginning of the year. I believe they allow carriers through the reinsurance or however that works to raise their prices to help pay offset for some of the losses, which was potentially or will potentially bring carriers back into the market. At the same time, they've got this clause that I believe requires if you're going to do business in California, you've got 15% of your book needs to be in the brush. And obviously with the fires, we'll see that could result in carriers not coming. So who knows? I think out of all the conversations that I've had, people are saying things to me. The government will step in, obviously with California Fair Plan, the way that's all tied together with all the carriers like your Allstates, Mercury's, State Farm, all those different carriers, they're going to help cover some of the shortfall for the Fair Plan, and the reinsurance companies are also going to step in as well. I'm not really hearing about issues with paying off claims. There's obviously thousands of structures that have been burned, and Fair Plan is going to be overwhelmed. But as far as I understand, the system is set up so that all the other companies chip in. Ultimately, the taxpayers are going to pay higher insurance rates over time. I think that is obvious. We're already doing that. Prior to the fires, we were having a lot of carriers jump out of the market. I had a number of transactions where buyers canceled over insurance. I had deals where buyers were shocked at the price difference between what they thought insurance was going to be and what it actually was. For some buyers, it means they no longer were able to qualify for their loan. So insurability has been an issue in California, and specifically Los Angeles and Sherman Oaks prior to the fires. With this Lara legislation and new carriers coming back into the market, hopefully that will offset some of the risk that carriers are facing, and we'll have a liquid insurance market. So long story short, as long as we have a liquid insurance market, people are going to buy and sell. If we've got elevated interest rates at 7% and insurance costs are going to rise and or double, then that is going to have a dampening effect in terms of what somebody can afford, right? So maybe someone that was going to go buy a $4 million house is going to go buy a 3.5 down to a 3. So it is going to change the market. But the good news is we still have the largest amount of first-time home buyers in the history of the marketplace coming to buy right here in Sherman Oaks. And obviously we might have some fire victims. My guess is houses in the flats, perhaps close to the 405, easy to get over there, get back to their communities, wherever people were living and used to living before. It's possible that those houses will go up in value some. We're certainly going to see. All right, guys, so here we are. So here's Sherman Oaks, California. This is the 405 freeway that's running north and south. The actual boundary, for the most part, is Sepulveda, south of the boulevard, and then the 405 freeway itself, north of the boulevard. It goes all the way over to Coldwater Canyon over here and down. Burbank is the council district boundary, except through Hazeltine. They actually annexed from Hazeltine up. This is Valley Glen over here, Sherman Oaks over here. This area from Oxnard over to Pulveda, Hazeltine, and Oxnard down to Burbank, they annexed themselves into Sherman Oaks, gosh, probably about 5 years ago. But for the most part, the council district boundary has been Burbank Boulevard to the north, and then Mulholland Drive all the way to the south. All right, guys, so let's start with $1 million to $1.5 million, and I'm going to give you an idea of what's going on in the market here in this particular price range. All right, so we're gonna go and we're gonna do a 30 days back. So here you go. So there are 14 houses currently for sale. There are 10 under contract. So the blue 8 is active under contract, pending is pending, meaning it's about to close. And then there are 12 that have actually closed escrow. And again, this is in the past 30 days. So we have inventory, but we do have sales as well. If we have 8 under contract in the last 30 days, it gives me a sense that people are comfortable and they're out there and buying. So that's positive. Between 1 and 1.5, I'll just give you a little lay of the land. You're probably not going to find a lot of great products south of the boulevard in these areas here. As you can see, nothing over here in this quadrant. These are all more expensive houses. The closer you get to the 405, you might find some. I'm going to show you some of these listings, and we can just take a quick peek at them, and I'll just run you through them. I'll show you some of my favorite ones, and we can give you an idea as to what's going on here. Some of my favorite neighborhoods. Let's see. Let's just go down here. This is west of Van Nuys, close to Kester. It's a little bit close to Van Nuys. This is a cute 1950s ranch. This one has been on the market for 28 days. It was originally listed for $1.3 million, came down to $1.249 million. Let's see, what else do we have? This is, again, over that Van Nuys area. The houses closer to Van Nuys have convenience. The Van Nuys and Sherman Oaks have convenience because it's closer to the 405. It can get a little bit more congested. Let's see what else. Again, here's something south of the boulevard. I'm going to go back to the map, and I'm going to choose some of my favorite ones. So here's a good one that I really like. This is actually, you can see here from the map, right? One of the reasons I like the central part of Sherman Oaks is because it's further away from the 170 and it's further away from the 405. Some of these houses, as you can see, can be closer to the 101, so you will get a little bit of noise congestion, but the houses that are further north, and especially in the Sherman Oaks area, have these really cool little pockets and they're quiet. So take a look at some of these neighborhoods. They're a little bit more cut up, whereas you look at some of these pockets and you've got these quiet little cul-de-sac type streets. Here's another one. This is one of my favorites. This is North Hidden Woods. Here's Hidden Woods right here. So you see all these little cute little pockets. Here's a good house right here. This is $1.3 million in Sherman Oaks. Address 13949 Cumston Street. This one sold. This one most likely had multiple offers. This is a 2-bedroom house. I'll just show you some photos real quick. Look at this adorable ranch. This is a great house. There's only 2 photos. Looks like what they did is they removed them once they sold it. This house originally came on the market for $1,175,000 in October of 2024, and it closed for $1,305,000 on January 24th. So this is a perfect example of the market in Sherman Oaks. You get a really nice ranch house, you price it well in a good location, and boom, it gets gobbled up on the market. I'm 99% sure that when this house listed for $1,175,000 to go to $1,305,000, it had multiple offers. All right, so that's a good one there. Let's see, here's another one on Owlot. Here is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,524 square foot house. Sold for $1,375,000. This is, again, a really good neighborhood. As you can see, the condition of the house. It's got updated floors at some updates in the kitchen, stainless appliances. Again, this is 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,524 square feet. Cute, still needs some updating, original in the bathrooms, mostly concrete in the back. But this is also a really good ranch house in a good location. Here, let's take a look at the activity and see what kind of market activity it has. $1,299,000 asking price, sold for $1,375,000. So here we are in February of 2025, and you can still get multiple offers and go over ask. And this house is mostly original on a 6,500 square foot house. Some updates, The kitchen was updated. I shouldn't say that. The kitchen was updated, had nice counters, and that one still sold for $902 a square foot. These are two good houses in good locations. As you can see, nothing in the Fashion Square, nothing in North Hidden Woods. The only house that's available right now in the Hidden Woods area is a house that's on Magnolia. That's really more a product of the inventory and less about whether or not you can get a house in that area. So believe it or not, once you break it down into neighborhoods and locations, we're still having issues finding enough houses, and it's boosting the value of these homes. Let's see, what do we got here? I think this is on this is on Fulton. Cute ranch house. So yes, that's what's going on here. Let me see what this is. 1.5 south of the Boulevard. Here you go. Here's a good example of a 1.5 house you can get south of the Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. Most of these houses are going to have levels, right? You're not going to find 2,000 square feet plus, one level, big flat backyard with a pool for 1.5. You're just not going to find it. That's a $2+ million house. But here you are, you've got some levels. This is south of the Boulevard on Round Valley, just off of Medilia. It's around the corner from one of my old listings. Cute house. Okay, so this is a downslope property. So this is your front. You park your car down here, boom, walk downstairs to your property and go inside. Not for everybody in terms of the ability to walk or get from the garage down below. Stairs are an issue for some people. But here's the house. So nice house, got oak hardwood floors, updated bathrooms. Really nice for 1.5. This is great. And here you are, you've got these turfed area down below. With these kind of properties, you just, not this one in general, but just any type of property like this hillside, you got to be careful with all the decking, the slopes and the hillside. You got to get a geology inspection and just make sure you're okay. But this is a really nice offering here for 1.5 south of the Boulevard. You got a beautiful oak tree in the back. You got a flat area here that they turfed in, and a little deck. I'm actually surprised to see this is not under contract. Again, some levels, but not bad. That's the 1 to 1.5 price range. So let's do 1.5 to 2 million. I'm gonna do that for you guys real quick. Okay, so here's 1.5 to 2 million, same area. Let's talk about what's going on in the market. So we have 21 records on the market. This one's coming soon, 20 actives, and I've got 11 under contract and 9 closing. So that's still pretty healthy. At the beginning of the year, right after the fires, first couple weeks after the fires, I really wasn't seeing a lot of houses go under contract. We now are. So that's showing that there is some market activity. So here's the mix of properties. As you can see, once you get to the 1.5 to 2 million range, you're going to be able to find properties south of the Boulevard that have a little bit of, maybe, I wouldn't say land, but might have some updates, might have the square footage you're looking for. Let's just take a look at a couple of these. This is going to be a vertical upslope property. Dixie Canyon, as it gets to that area, can be a little bit vertical, but still a nice house. Guys, Dixie Canyon is one of the most beautiful streets in all of Los Angeles. You come down here, you've got beautiful, expensive houses. This is Long Ridge Estates, and get to your house, which is really nice. Let me see what other houses we have south of the Boulevard that I like. Same kind of concept, still vertical. I saw this one just pop out. This is really nice. I'm not sure what the parking situation is. You might actually be parking below and walk up to the house. So as you can see, that's probably not the faint of heart. I'm not sure that's true. Let me take a closer look. I wouldn't want to do this house a disservice. But really nice house. Look at all that land, room for garden areas. But yeah, generally speaking, the houses that are under $2 million south of the Boulevard with views and land are going to have levels. That's the trade-off. There you go. There's a good example of that property. I'm pretty sure the garage is down below and you got to walk up all the stairs to get into the house. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. So that's the back. Okay. No, that's just the back. That's the stairs were the back. So here's the driveway. Boom, you come in, you go up levels, and then your backyard is down slope. So, all right, guys. So that's, let me see, what else do I have south of the Boulevard? Let's see, what's this one right here? There's a good one on Jadestone for 1,799. This is great real estate. This is Stone Canyon. These are all Jadestone, limestone. There's no outlet here, so if you're gonna live up in this pocket, you gotta come down and go back to Pacheco, Cody up, or down to the 101, but it's a really quiet neighborhood south of the Boulevard. This one just went under contract. Here we are, it's 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,500 square feet. I mean, this is a little bit overgrown. Probably going to have a little bit of datedness at 20. This house would be easily $1,000 a square foot and 2.5 if it was fully updated, assuming it's got a little bit of land. But again, here we are in the canyons. You can see right through the yard. You're basically right up against the hill. So that is, for some people in this neighborhood, that's a little bit of a trade-off. It looks like they've got yard off to the side. So you basically, this is probably the kitchen or the bedrooms right there, and boom, you've got a hill right in the back. But still, really quiet living south of the boulevard. Let's see, what else do we have here? What else am I going to choose? This is, okay, this is the one I just sold. I just represented the seller on this house. And by the way, I have something coming up for sale in Sherman Oaks in Hidden Woods that'll probably be around 1.6. So if you're looking, give me a call. You'll like that one. I just closed escrow on this house yesterday. The sale price is reflective of some water damage on this house. Basically, it was a hillside property in the back, and there was a pool deck above, and some of the, I wouldn't say it's irrigation. I think it's just ultimately the drainage has failed over time. So water's getting in. So there's probably $100,000 worth of repairs that were needed there. But so let's say there was no issue. This house would sell for around $2 million. Here we go. 2,700 square feet south of the boulevard. You can see the location. I'm going to go back. You can see the location. So boom, you just pop right in, right over to Sepulveda. You're over the hill, 405 to the west side, and you're in good shape. Again, this is Royal Woods. This is a very popular neighborhood. Here's the house again. It needed a lot of updating. I priced it well, and then we got $1,920,000 for it. There you go. That's how I like to price. This is a trust sale. It had water damage. I don't think we had any idea it would go to 1.9 or 2 million, but I think even with the fires, we had a lot of people interested, and so it shows you there's a market. So here's some photos of the house. So it definitely had a view, which is really nice, and that contributed obviously to the value. But dated on the inside. So 2,700 square feet, 3 beds, 3 baths. Some pretty cool architecture in the house. Yeah, so just got that one done. Let me see, what else do I like? Let's see, we're gonna go back over to Hidden Woods. What do we got here under contract? Okay, yeah, so here you go. Here's a 1950s ranch. So this is on a 7,400 square foot lot. Again, this is Hidden Woods, Sherman Oaks, California. Hidden Woods boundary is Fulton to Coldwater. I would argue it's Chandler down to Riverside. The original Hidden Woods is this pocket right here, just north of Addison. But here you go. This is a 2,295 square foot ranch. You can see it's got tons and tons of charm. These are great houses, guys. These can be updated. They can be remodeled on the inside and made really nice. You got the Satillo tile in the entry, some carpeting. So look, there you go. Look, this one even has terrazzo on the kitchen floors, which is wild. Took this one in a little bit of direction, but 2,300 square foot of living space, you know, fairly updated ranch in a good location. This is a good spot to hang out in. Again, I really like that location. Let's see, what do we got over here? There's some new construction built in some of these neighborhoods. It's actually hard to find new construction, newer construction that's this size. A lot of the value has to do with layout. And so you want to have a house with a good layout. So you get a newer construction house in that price range, you're probably not going to see it for 1.8, but obviously there is one there. Let's see, which one's this one over here? I'm going to show you a couple more. Here you go. Okay, so here's a remodel. This is a big number, 1,145 square feet, but this is also an option, right? This 5254 Buffalo Avenues, 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,658 square feet. Check out this amazing kitchen. Wide plank European white oak floors, waterfall, Calcutta marble or porcelain, or quartz or porcelain, beautiful shaker, zero edge cabinets, floating shelves, beautiful tile backsplash. This is a built house. Emery Kanarick was the architect of these houses. I wouldn't say he was famous, but he did a ton of these houses. But dude, this is a beautiful house on the market right now. This house has been on the market for 15 days. They came out at $1,899,000, same price. Make sure you talk to your realtor about some of this stuff. Sometimes these have come out a little bit earlier. That's interesting. $1,600,000. Oh, that's when they bought it. Anyways, yeah. So that's, I would say, $2 million you can get south of the boulevard, $2 million north of the boulevard. You get a nice ranch in really nice shape. Let's look at the $2 million price range. Let's look at $2 million to $2.5 million. We are moving along here. I know it's going to be a long video, but it's all good. $20 million. So here we go, $2 million to $2.5 million, Sherman Oaks, California. Here we go. 27 listings on the market for sale, 2 under contract, and 6 trades. So that's telling us that the 2 to 2.5 price range is showing a little bit more price sensitivity. Granted, again, once you break it down into 4 bedrooms or more, certain school district, then boom, all of a sudden you go down to, here you go. So let's do 4 beds or more, and then let's go primary school, Dixie Canyon. There you go. Oops. One listing. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but if you saw what I just did, I broke it down into Dixie Canyon only and 4 bedrooms or more, and boom, there was only one listing. And I think we were looking at the 2 to 2.5. Yeah, there you go. Six trades in the last 30 days. So again, you go 4 bedrooms or more, you go Dixie Canyon, boom, there's only one, right? So there is a lot of inventory in this price range, and there's not a lot going under contract. Let's see what has traded. Look at how this is really north. This is going to be an updated house. Yeah, this is like a rebuilt house. That's 3,200 square feet, 4 beds, 5 baths, beautifully remodeled. Probably was just gotten finished, never been lived in. And this is on Emelita. Some of these pockets are okay. Look, it's all a trade-off, right? You're gonna get this beautiful house. And by the way, this is under contract, right? So obviously somebody liked it. 200 square feet in brand new condition. You're not going to be able to get that south of the 101 for sure, and probably not even south of Magnolia. Let's see what else is under contract. This is the other one that's under contract right now. I did not see this house, but this is this is beautiful. Look at the curb appeal on this house. This is stunning. This is 1950s. As you can see, it's got a little pool house out there in the back. Just classic architecture. All these 50s ranch houses, guys, you can update the inside of these houses and leave that front character-rich facade, and people just love them. Check out the stained glass door, like totally original 1950s. Wow. Dude, this is unbelievable. Look at the wood paneling in here. Look at the copper fireplace hood, exposed open beams, the slate floors, all original. Look at this rock fireplace. This is unreal. Wow. And check out the spindles coming up there. Again, classic 50s architecture. This is absolutely amazing. And look, it's totally up to you guys. These, you can take these out, leave the floors, take wallpaper down, paint the walls, update these houses, and they still have character. But my guess is this wall is blocking the kitchen from that family room, so you could take the wall down. These are great houses. Check out this space. This is incredible. And by the way, I know people look at these pictures and they think, oh my God, what am I going to do? Believe it or not, this can all be painted. The floors can be changed. You can leave this, change the floors. You can go with any color you want, and it can be so rich and beautiful. It's the wood that is rich. It's so easy to put up drywall, but to spend all that money on the wood paneling makes the house so rich. This is an awesome house, and I am not surprised that it's under contract. A lot of houses that are, let's see what's traded here. Can't remember if I saw this one. They took the photo down on that one. That's gated on Valley Vista, south of the boulevard. Here we go. Here's one. Okay, so this is around the corner from another one that I just sold on Hesby. Same concept, newer construction house. This one, I think it's sold for $2,450 not in the Fashion Square, west of Van Nuys, 7,500 square feet. 4 beds, 5 baths, 2,600, almost 1,000 square feet. But check out the architecture in this house. They did a really good job. Look at this like curved iron door to the outside. That is expensive. This is a really nice feel. You can tell the people that did this house did a really good job with some of these curved architectural features. Very unique. Turf in the yard. So that's $942 a square foot. Let's see what else. Here is something that just closed up Nagel. That's probably going to be, nope, that's a bigger house. So there you go, 4,200 square feet, 450. That's 600 a square foot. So it can go from 1,000 to 570 a foot. Also on a 6,900 square foot lot. This is a Mediterranean. These were so popular and built in the 90s or 2000s. Here you go, 2007. These are great houses too. Look at the cabinetry here. This kitchen's been remodeled. This is not original. That is a beautiful kitchen. But you can take out the travertine and put down the floors. These are probably the original floors here, but you could do wide plank European oak floors. Do the same thing in here. I don't think that cabinetry is original, but they can be updated. These are really nice houses too. I'll show you the backyard. There you go. Backyard, not a lot. Small little splash pool, jacuzzi, little turfed area. But really nice location, north of the boulevard, but still close to everything. Let's see. I think I'm going to move on. And this house, I've been in this house. This one's actually, it's got the most amazing curb appeal. It's so beautiful. It's in Hidden Woods. Bedroom configuration and layout in the back probably needs a little bit of alteration, which it will get. Someone's going to buy it and fix it. It's getting a lot closer in price. It's gonna sell soon. Anyways, that's the 2 to 2.5. Let's go to 2.5 and up, and then we're going to start going 3 to 4. Here we go. 3, 2.5 to 3. Okay, here we go. 2.5 to 3. What do we got? 32 on the market, 3 under, so 25 for sale, right? Right here. 3 under contract, 4 trades the last 90 days. Same thing. A little bit slower on the price range. Let's take a look at what's under contract. Saw this house. This is amazing. Super nicely done. Beautifully remodeled. Almost $1,000 a square foot in the hills south of Boulevard. It's got an interesting facade, but they did a great job on the inside. Check out the herringbone wood floors. Absolutely stunning. Really beautiful architecture. Wait till you see the kitchen. I'll show you some of the photos. Looks like they left, I don't know if they put that paneling up, but you could see the look with the wood paneling. Rustic-y thing. Check out that powder bath. They did a really fun job with the tile. People are really liking the unique, curated, special, different. There's obviously a lot of remodeling and building that is more of the same. Check out the bathroom right here. Beautiful marble counters. But notice the curved edges. That's a new trend right there, by the way. See that? And these inset sinks that are smaller, but these curved edges here are becoming popular. And then offsetting green tile. The juxtaposition between the natural woods and the green tile creates a cool look. I actually personally don't like it shiny. I would try and do honed. See the variations in the tile here? I think that would have looked really good too. Yeah, you can see these cabinets with this style, this design on the outside, really classic and beautiful. So anyways, that's a 2895. That one's under contract. And again, that was 2,950 square feet. Beautiful home south of the Boulevard. Let's see, what else do we have here? Here's something on, this is also in Royal Woods. This is a remodel house, 3,000 square feet. And this is, forgive me, under contract currently. I did look at this one. You can see the house has been remodeled. It's got views out the front. A little bit older on the remodel. You can see the colors. They got some yellow walls and lighter floor. I don't know, lighter, but a little more variations in the flooring. Still a really nice house, smaller backyard, barbecue, etc. Bocce ball court there on the side. Really like that use of space. Big kitchen, open to the family room. So that's 2,595. That's under contract. Just give you an idea as to what's going on here. Sorry, I think I pressed the wrong button. I'll show you how many days on the market that's been. Let's see. 2,595. Nope, not this one. So here you go. So it's not 5 days on the market. They brought it back out, but it traded. So here you go. This one came out at 2,798 in May of 2024. And then they reduced it, came back on, took it off the market, came back on. They were on the market in November at 2.6, came back. So it's interesting. Look at couldn't sell it for 2.6 back at the end of last year. Brought it down $5,000 less, boom, under contract. My guess is this is a fire family's house. I think that's probably what we're going to see is some of the houses in this area might go up in value, might get snapped up. This is a 4,500 square foot house for $3 million. This needs updating, but still a really nice home, updated and remodeled over time with views. Let's see, what else do we have? So let me see if I'm going to show you. So here we go. So here's Hidden Woods, and this is 2.6. So this is going to be an updated house on Addison. I actually interviewed on this one a while back before it got sold, but this is beautifully remodeled. Here you go. It's 3,000 square feet, asking 2,595. There's the backyard. This might be a wine stock. I think it could be a wine stock build, but here you go. You've got, let's see what they've been doing with this one. Yep. So it came out in October of last year for 2,849. And then here they are in January down to 2,595. So obviously they want to sell. So look, you're seeing some speculators and guys coming in here and doing some remodel work, doing a really good job, but just pricing it a little bit high. This is also a little bit close to Coldwater. You got to be careful with location. Let's see, what else do we have? I'm going to show you. Let's see what else we got down here south of the Boulevard. Okay, just came out. This is a great listing. Classic. And again, you go for a walk right here on Dixie Canyon, you're looking 3, 4, $5 million houses. This is a really, really good, most likely a trust sale, 40s or 50s. Actually, let's see when this was built. This one just came on the market. I'm pretty sure this is getting offers. 1940. 1940s, character rich, 10,000 foot lot, 3,000 square feet. Just a classic home. Again, you can keep the floors. Look at this wood mantle. This is beautiful architecture. But you can leave this just the way it is and just update kitchens and bathrooms. Maybe you want to take down some walls, but leave most of the classic architecture in there. Gosh, I know some people that would just change out these sinks and the hardware, reface the cap, and it would look so much different. This house could be, they're asking 2,595. It's almost, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see, guys. It's a really good piece of land. It's interesting. It could be torn down. This is the 10th. This house, so if somebody builds a 5,000 square foot house there, it's going to be $5 million. My guess is at 2.5, they've got owner users, builders, contractors, everybody looking at that one. So that's a really good piece of real estate there. Let me see what else I want to show you. All right, I'm gonna move on to the $3 million price range. I'm gonna do 3 to 4 just to keep us moving here, and then go 4 to 5, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So here we go, 3 to 4. There we go. Okay. Ouch. Ouch. 41 houses for sale, 4 homes under contract, less than 10%. But again, you start narrowing it down into, I want to be in Dixie Canyon, or I want it to be new construction, or you narrow down your criteria, you only have a handful of listings. I'll give you an example right now. So let's just say we want brand new, right? So here we go. Let's do 2024 or newer. Let's say we want to go 2024 and we want to go Dixie Canyon. Nothing for sale. So you can see how quickly that's going to change, how quickly the market changes when you're getting specific about what it is that you want. Let's see, let's get back over here. Here we are. Okay. All right. So three under contract. We've got one on Sepulveda. That's a big piece of land, and that traded. So good for them. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what's under contract here. I don't know if I know this house. Oh, I know this one. Yeah. So this is just east of Stansbury. They didn't show the front of the house because they wanted to show the inside. I get it. It's got this deck over the garage. But believe it or not, it's a really nice house. And check out the finishes on the inside. This is almost 6,000 square feet. It's a huge house, offered at 3,885 and finally went into contract. But check out the history on this house. Let's see, this one says 134 days on the market, but I think it's been on the market for almost a year. Yeah, here we are going back to October of 2024. Here you go, back to 2022. It looks like it did sell in 2022 for 3,750, but it's been on the market since October. So here you go, it's trading again. But anyways, that's a really strong location there. Valley Vista is a busier street, but some of these are up off the street. I'll show you what's going on with this one. Yeah, this is a really nice contemporary, beautiful house. You can see the finishes are super strong. They did a really nice job. But this is a vertical upslope property. Hopefully it has an elevator, but park your car in the garage, go up. Can't remember if I showed that house before. Let's see what else. I'm going to show you some other pockets. This pocket's great. This is a little bit close to the boulevard here, but this is a nice Cape Cod. Probably the reason why it's not selling is just because it's a little bit close to Ventura. If this was down here, it would have multiple offers and be gone in 2 seconds. Let's see here. This is Valley Heart Glen right here. Anything that's 3.5 and 4 and 3.5 or up is probably going to be newer construction or completely remodeled. Here we go, 3,600 square feet. Again, this is in the flats. This is beautiful architecture. Herringbone, oak floors, Venetian plaster walls. This is absolutely beautiful high-end design. Yeah, that's a great house right there. Let's see, what else do I want to show? Good locations here. It's a good location. Here you go, brand new construction, just east of Woodman, off of Ventura Canyon on this little cul-de-sac pocket right here. So 37, yeah, 3,680, 4,200 square feet, newer construction. Lots of new construction in this price range, guys. No shortages of new construction. You're gonna get into the $4 million range in Sherman Oaks for new construction if it's on a 7,500 foot lot or more, and it's located in these like hidden woods areas. This is Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think this is a duplex, or it's a got an ADU on the back. Yeah, I actually did not go inside this one, but I thought it was interesting. This is a new construction house with an ADU. And I think the ADU is up here. Either it's upstairs, downstairs, or it's the top floor. I'm not 100% sure. An interesting project there. This is very unusual. What else can I show? Over here, like this pocket, there's some really good real estate. Here's one on Sureview. This is an awesome cul-de-sac location. This one's been on the market for a while. It's a tweener. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of. This one's been on the market for a while. Seller hanging tight, all good. Beautiful house. Have not been inside this one, so can't comment. But it's got views. There you go, the bathroom. The primary is not updated. It's got a theater. It's got a pool table. Check out this crazy, awesome backyard. The views are insane. Amazing views of the valley. This one is 3750, 4,188 square feet. And this one was on the market for, this one's been on the market for a year. Yeah. Looks like they sold back in 2022 and it came on the market in January of 2024. So they started at 4 million and they're just having a hard time letting it go. So over a year on the market. Anyways, so yeah, so that's, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to show you guys? Let's do 4 to 5 and then let's wrap it up. Now you're talking at 4 to 5. Now you're really talking about premium neighborhoods, new construction. If you're going to spend $5 million, you can go to Studio City and go carpenter school. Let's see, what did I do wrong here? 4 million to 5 million, 4 million to 5 million. Interesting. Nothing under contract, nothing sold in the last 90 days, 4 to 5 million in Sherman Oaks. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Sorry. There we go. All right, 12 records. No, 9 records. That's it. 9 records. So not a lot of product. 7 under contract, 2 sold in the last 90 days. Look, it's the inventory. The pricing is based on how many are available. And so once you break it down into, I want 4 million in Sherman Oaks, and I want this school or whatever, boom, the listings just go down just like that. Let's see what we got out here. Let's see what we got. Let's go over the ones that have just sold. This is also on Valley Vista. No, oh no, this is mine. Okay. I just traded this one. I just represented the seller on this house. They asked me to take the photos down. This is a really cool architectural house. This was a tough one. I actually started this listing at $5 million, which was too much from the get-go. It's a vertical house. It's 3 stories. It's got an elevator, but you go down and you go down. Seller did a really nice job on some of the remodel stuff. That one traded for 5,000 square feet. Let's see, what else do we have here? This is going to be a flat lot, probably newer construction. 3,378 square feet, 29 days on the market. This is an older house built in 1975. I like this house. Love the olive trees in the front, the fountain. This has a really organic feel. Yeah, this is nice. Really nice, warm and cozy and inviting. This was like a high-end remodel a few years ago, and you can see that it's stood the test of time really well. Look at all the this is the, what do you call it? The, not brushed concrete. I can't remember what it's called, but I really like it when it's got that gray look. That's a really nice house, guys. Beautiful front yard. Grapefruit tree in the front with that tree flag lot down in the back. This is a great offering. I'm actually surprised this one hasn't traded yet. 4 beds. They're asking $1,256 a square foot. So they're asking a lot for this house. The hard part for this seller, and it's only been on the market for, it looks like 8 days. It just came on the market. Yeah. And you can see they bought it for $2 million. Actually, this one traded in 20. Okay. Yeah. So someone bought it in 2020 and probably remodeled it 4 or 5 years ago, lived in it. The hard part is for 4.2, you can get 4,000 square feet in brand new construction. So it's going to be interesting to see how people decide to spend their money. A lot of the lot is actually the driveway. This is all counted in the square footage. So here's your flag lot coming back to your property. Cool house, really nicely done. Let's see, I'm gonna go back to, there we go. Let's see what else. I'm gonna show you a couple more hidden woods. This is new construction. This house is amazing. On Morrison, this just got finished. corner lot. This was an 8,000 square foot lot. This was a William Mellentine ranch that was built in the 50s that's got scraped, and this newer construction house got built. Beautifully remodeled, a beautifully built house. You can see from all the finishes. There's your corner lot. And this is 4 million. There you go, 4 million in Sherman Oaks. If you take this house and put it south of the boulevard around Dixie Canyon, it's probably 5.5, maybe 6. Let's see which. Oh, this is a cool architectural house. This is Long Ridge Estates. I actually don't know when this one was built, but you can see it's got some pretty cool, interesting designs. Again, south of the boulevard, great views. So, look, what's the moral of the story? And again, this is 4 to 5. In any given price range, once you break it down into the most premium locations, certain school districts, the amount of available options go way down. Guys, thank you so much for watching this market update. I know it was long. I hope you enjoyed learning about Sherman Oaks in February 2024. We'll do these once a month, and I'll cover other areas as well. Thank you guys so much for watching.